ThirdEyeReports, Chairman, Task Force on Media and Entertainment, CII Southern Region, and Managing Partner, Satyajyoti Films. Could I please also request Mr. Murali Ramaranan, President of the Tamil Producers Council? Thank you. Mr. R.K. Selvamani, President, FACI and Directors Union.
Selvamani is on his way.
On his way. And Mr. Ravi Kotakara, President-elect, South Indian Film Chamber of Commerce. I'd like to invite Mr. ThirdEyeReports to start, I think, with the honoring process, please. Thank you. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Before I start, I also wanted to acknowledge the CII's effort to pull this together with Austrade, and especially Mr. ThirdEyeReports, all his effort to bring who is who in the Tamil film industry, and also organizing a great event for our deputy premier with Mr. Kamal Hassan yesterday. So over to you, Mr. ThirdEyeReports.
Good afternoon. We just will honor the premier and then start with the program. Now, on behalf of CII Media and Entertainment, I would like to honor our premier. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
On behalf of the South Indian Film Chamber of Commerce, I would like to honor our premier. On behalf of Tamil Film Producers Council, I wish to honor.
On behalf of Tamil Film Active Producers, Honorary Secretary Mr. T. Shiva will honor you, sir. One more. Mr. Udaya Kumar, please. Mr. R.V. Udaya Kumar, on behalf of the Directors Union, will honor our premier, please.
Thank you, everyone, and thank you, Tamil Nadu film industry, for welcoming our deputy premier and for your warm hospitality here.
The opportunity to be with you. I have in front of me one of my parliamentary colleagues, Mr. Yasmin Barakai. He's from Mumbai, but that's okay, right? I mean, it's wonderful. It's wonderful to be here with you all, and we will be having a great discussion today about looking at the synergies and the opportunities of the film and television industry in in Tamil Nadu to work with our people in Western Australia around how we can really capture opportunities for you to come to Western Australia for production or post-production work, and continue to look at how we can make it easier for you to come and do more work in Australia. Yesterday I had the wonderful opportunity to sit down with Mr. Kamal Hassan, and we had a great discussion about the growth of the industry in southern India and the opportunities around strengthening the relationship between Western Australian film and television industry and and your industry here. You know, there's great economic outcomes that come with these discussions, but almost more importantly is the cultural outcomes. We want to grow our communities together, and we know that nothing brings and unites a community together more than the arts. And in Western Australia, we have a growing and vibrant Indian diaspora with over 150,000 people now who either were born in India or have Indian cultural heritage. And they make a huge contribution to our society and enrich us. And they've spoken to me. They've spoken to me about their desire to have Indian production companies come to Western Australia and really explore the opportunities to utilise our unique environment, sir, to create excellent cinema and wonderful shooting opportunities. But we also have great post-production facilities. And one of the great things about this industry, particularly as technology becomes more and more vibrant and more important, is the way it engages young people, utilising just their creative skills and their technical knowledge to really continue to grow this industry and take it to the next level. You know, the Indian film industry is extraordinary. It's one that we admire, and it's one that we are constantly overwhelmed by the size, the vibrancy, and the production levels. And we want to continue to learn from that. And we want to work with the Southern Indian film industry in partnership to really explore how we can continue to grow our industries together. We have so much to learn from you. And today's roundtable is a great opportunity for us to learn about the strengths and the challenges in your industry, and the opportunities and the challenges to bringing your teams and production teams to Western Australia and our people across to Tamil Nadu. So thank you very much for the opportunity to work with you today. We've got some very talented people. I'm looking at Mr. Nilesh Mikwana down the front here, who has recently published a book on his experiences growing up in Western Australia, having come from India. His story is like many young people's story who come to Western Australia. We'd love for that to be part of the vibrancy of this great film industry. Thank you very much, everyone. Very much looking forward to this morning's discussions.
Thank you, Honorable Deputy Premier. Yes, I think film is not about just going to watch a couple of action, but it's about storytelling, how it resonates with our day-to-day life. And we have got such a huge Indian diaspora, especially Tamil diaspora. It makes sense that today in this forum we talk and take it to the next level. Thank you, Honorable Deputy Premier, for your comments on that. Before we go into this in a roundtable discussion, quickly, if I could ask Mr. Ravi Kotakara, President-elect for the South Indian Film Chamber of Commerce, to say a few words, please. Thank you.
Good morning. Dear Roger Cook, and who's the Deputy Premier for the Western Australia, and my dear friends from the film industry. As my friend Mr. Tyagarajan said, that India makes a lot of films, especially Tamil Nadu being the hub for the entire southern film industry. In fact, of late, as Mr. Tyagarajan said, our Tamil industry stands tall, really tall, along with the Telugu industry. We rank number 1 and number 2. That is, both the posts are taken by Tamil and Telugu. After that only follows the film industry from what we call as the Hindi film industry. Today, Hindi film industry has come to rank number 3. Sorry to say that, because even I represent Film Federation of India. I'm the secretary there too, so I can proudly say that. Sir, the culture of Tamil Nadu, sir, we are sitting in this country, rather, sir, a place where one of the oldest languages in the history of world was found, sir, Tamil. That is the Sen Tamil, the greatest language, was founded here, sir, in Tamil Nadu. And from Chennai, we made a lot of films, sir. Thousands of films have been made in Chennai. And the most important thing is Chennai cultured heritage, arts, and film industry was cultured here, sir. In fact, I have to tell you that there's one more great incentive which is there. That is, the Indian government and the Australian government have not signed a co-production treaty. India has signed a co-production treaty with 15 countries. But we have not signed with the Australian government. I kindly request you to take it forward. We will sign a co-production treaty between India and Australia. That's the most important thing. That's one. By doing so, what do you get? I'll just run through, because I've got a lot of speakers here and a lot of things have to be discussed. One thing is, India has also started helping and giving, a single window clearances for foreign film shooting in India. So in case if Australian film producers would like to come and shoot in India, we got a variety of locations. Okay. And we could do one thing more. We give them incentives and subsidy. Up to $260,000 was announced on May 18th at Cannes, where the Indian government has announced $260,000 as subsidy. So similarly, what I would just request is, let us make this productive. There's a huge population of Indians in Australia, especially in Western Australia. In fact, even my daughter lives at Perth. Okay. So let us make this useful. Engage in co-production. Create better ties. Australia as well, they produced fantastic films. We have, but let us join together, make a mark somewhere there, and make great films. Once again, I thank everyone from the film industry who was attending this meeting and from the Australian government. Please make this useful, and some of the important points, my dear Premier, can I just tell you? I'll just run through some of the important points which I would like. Sir, we would like to have a single window permission in case. I've got great producers here. In fact, this very moment when I'm speaking to you, there are around 11 films being shot. 11 films being shot abroad. 11 films, because we have taken calculations. And who gets the benefit? The country where the shooting takes place, because they get film tourism. It's a new, it's a new era where the, people like here, I've got my friend called Ramji, who's, he looks after nearly around 60% of all film shootings which take place abroad. So it is good for Australia, in case you ask our Indian films to come and shoot there in Australia. And how do you do that? Give them a single window permission. One, ease of giving visa. The visa should be granted as soon as is requested. Two, next, give us an exhaustive detailed locations, pictures, and what locations you've got. That is important. Next, they must be all locations should get access immediately. We should give us permissions to shoot in these locations. Huh? The location, that will come next. Next is, most important is incentives or subsidies or grants. Next is labor permissions. In case we come there, you should give permissions for our laborers to work there. That's it, sir. And sir, the problem is, I'll tell you, we talk, we come have many meetings, we talk and we go away, but we forget to continue and, make this dream a reality. That is what I'm trying to do, sir. I'm trying to do it.
So that is a fantastic detailed list of things that we have to do. I'm not familiar with the co-production agreement, but I will make that happen. I will make that happen. Can also say Mr. Chris Veris from Screen West will provide you with details of the incentive schemes today. So we're very much looking forward to making that. And one thing I forgot to mention before, we're in Western Australia, we're currently building a $100 million film studio, so provide you with great facilities to work in.
on behalf of India, I'll just speak to our revered INB Minister, Mr. Anurag Thakur, and also tell him to take this up. We will surely sign a treaty. Let that be the 16th country which India signs a treaty, a co-production treaty. Sir. But last but not the least, sir, your Australian government, especially Western Australia government, tying up all treaties with India will benefit Australia more than India, because I'll tell you, you're joining with and South India. South India represents Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, 4 languages, and especially we are sitting in Tamil Nadu, which is supposed to be the hub of the southern film industry. And in this place only the Indian cinema got the best heights, all the best awards, best films. Recently you have heard, there are big films like Tripura, Pushpa, and KGF. All these are big films, which made box office hits. All these films, Vikram, the last but not Vikram, which created history, rather say. All these films are South Indian films. So I kindly request our Premier, take this opportunity. I'm asking the Premier to take this opportunity, join with South India, join with Tamil Nadu. Let us create a huge new history of success by jointly making films. Thank you, sir. Sorry I've taken a lot of your time.
Thank you, Raviji. Couple of good points definitely we have noted, and I know a couple of things I'm sure DFED will take special interest, Minister. We have noted, and some of these things I think Chris is going to cover anyway on the permit location and one-stop window, and WA government is very keen on that. And Minister, Deputy Premier was vocal in his life science and health background. I know that he wanted to one-stop shop for clinical trials in Australia. I'm sure he will think it in that line one day. It will be in reality soon. Before we finish this proceeding, if I may ask Mr. Murali Ramanarayan to say a few words, and then we will go to the roundtable. Thanks.
Thanks for the opportunity. On behalf of Tamil Producers Council, welcoming the Deputy Premier, Honorable Roger Hack-Cook, and the delegates from Australia, and the producers, welcoming everybody. And as Thiagarajan sir said, and Ravi Kotakara has been explained about what the producers will need in the collaboration, all the producers also. We need a comfortability on incentives, subsidies, and the traveling things. And we are expecting that and looking for the opportunity for the producers. And I think this is a start for the Indian film makers to explore the Australia for this film productions. And looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Murali. Thank you very much for our distinguished speakers. We are going into some robust roundtable discussion. If I could politely ask our media friends if you could give us some space and privacy so that we can talk about policy and other things as well, if that's okay with you. Thank you very much for your help. Thank you.